Did you know that staying up late scrolling through your phone could be silently sabotaging your blood sugar levels in ways that might shock you? What if I told you that the time you go to bed has almost as much impact on your diabetes management as what you eat for breakfast? Today, we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked connections in health science, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why your sleep schedule might be the missing piece in your blood sugar puzzle. I'm about to reveal something that completely changed how I think about diabetes management. Most people focus entirely on diet and exercise, but there's this hidden third pillar that's been flying under the radar. The relationship between sleep patterns and blood sugar control is so intertwined that researchers are calling it one of the most significant discoveries in metabolic health this decade. Here's what's really wild about this connection. Your body has this incredible internal clock system called your circadian rhythm, and when it gets disrupted, it triggers a cascade of hormonal changes that directly mess with your glucose metabolism. Think of it like this. Your body is expecting certain things to happen at certain times, and when you throw off that schedule, everything starts to malfunction. Let me paint you a picture of what happens inside your body when you stay up too late or have irregular sleep patterns. First, your cortisol levels go haywire. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and it's supposed to peak in the morning to wake you up and gradually decrease throughout the day. But when your sleep is messed up, cortisol stays elevated, and elevated cortisol tells your liver to dump glucose into your bloodstream. It's like your body thinks you're in some kind of emergency situation and needs quick energy. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Sleep deprivation also affects something called insulin sensitivity. When you don't get enough quality sleep, your cells become resistant to insulin. It's almost like your cells are wearing noise-canceling headphones and can't hear insulin knocking at the door, trying to deliver glucose. So glucose just keeps circulating in your bloodstream instead of getting into your cells where it belongs. The research on this is absolutely fascinating. Studies have shown that just one night of poor sleep can reduce insulin sensitivity by up to 30%. That's equivalent to gaining about 20 pounds overnight in terms of how your body processes sugar. Imagine if someone told you that skipping sleep was like eating an extra-large pizza in terms of its impact on your blood sugar. That's essentially what's happening metabolically. Now let's talk about something called sleep architecture, because not all sleep is created equal. You have different stages of sleep, and each stage plays a unique role in blood sugar regulation. Deep sleep, also known as slow-wave sleep, is when your body does most of its repair work and glucose regulation. During this phase, your growth hormone levels spike, which helps your body use glucose more efficiently and repair damaged cells. But here's the kicker. People with diabetes often have disrupted sleep architecture. They spend less time in deep sleep and more time in lighter stages of sleep. It's like they're getting the equivalent of a light snack when they need a full meal. This creates a vicious cycle where poor sleep makes blood sugar control harder, and poor blood sugar control makes quality sleep more difficult to achieve. The timing of when you eat relative to when you sleep is another crucial piece of this puzzle. Your body has what's called a glucose tolerance rhythm, which means your ability to process carbohydrates changes throughout the day. In the evening, your glucose tolerance naturally decreases as your body prepares for sleep. So that late-night snack isn't just adding calories, it's hitting your system when your body is least equipped to handle it properly. Research has shown that people who eat within 3 hours of bedtime have significantly higher morning blood sugar levels compared to those who stop eating earlier. It's like trying to digest food while your digestive system is trying to shut down for the night. Everything gets backed up and processed inefficiently. But wait, there's more to this story. Your sleep position, believe it or not, can actually impact your blood sugar levels. People who sleep on their backs tend to have more sleep apnea episodes, which cause brief interruptions in breathing. These interruptions trigger stress responses that spike cortisol and glucose levels throughout the night. It's like having mini panic attacks while you sleep, and your blood sugar pays the price. Sleep apnea itself is incredibly common among people with type 2 diabetes, affecting about 70% of diabetics, compared to just 4% of the general population. The connection is bidirectional too. Sleep apnea makes blood sugar control harder, and poor blood sugar control makes sleep apnea worse. It's one of those chicken and egg situations where both conditions feed off each other. Let's dive into the hormone melatonin for a moment, because this is where things get really interesting. Melatonin isn't just your sleep hormone, it's also involved in glucose metabolism. People with diabetes often have lower melatonin production, which contributes to both sleep problems and blood sugar issues. Some research suggests that melatonin supplementation might help with both sleep quality and glucose control, though you should definitely talk to your doctor before trying this. The blue light from screens is another major disruptor in this equation. Blue light suppresses melatonin production, which delays sleep onset and reduces sleep quality. But here's what most people don't realize. Blue light exposure in the evening also affects something called glucose tolerance the next day. Studies have shown that people exposed to bright light in the evening have higher blood sugar spikes after breakfast the following morning. Now let's talk about shift workers, because they face unique challenges when it comes to this sleep-blood sugar connection. People who work night shifts have rates of diabetes that are up to 40% higher than day workers. Their circadian rhythms are constantly fighting against their work schedule, creating chronic metabolic stress. Even when they get the same amount of sleep as day workers, the timing is all wrong from their body's perspective. Temperature regulation during sleep is another piece of this complex puzzle. Your core body temperature naturally drops as you prepare for sleep, and this temperature drop is actually a signal for various metabolic processes, including glucose regulation. People with diabetes often have disrupted temperature rhythms, which can interfere with both sleep quality and blood sugar control. Here's something that might surprise you. Even weekend sleep-ins can mess with your blood sugar control. Social jet lag, which is what researchers call the mismatch between your weekday and weekend sleep schedule, creates many disruptions to your circadian rhythm. Your body gets confused about what time it is, and that confusion translates into metabolic dysfunction. The good news is that improving your sleep can have rapid and dramatic effects on blood sugar control. Some studies have shown that people who improve their sleep quality see improvements in their glucose levels within just a few days. It's like flipping a switch that suddenly allows all your metabolic processes to work more efficiently. Exercise timing plays into this too. Working out too close to bedtime can interfere with sleep, but the right kind of gentle movement in the evening can actually improve both sleep quality and next-day glucose control. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're promoting good circulation without overstimulating your nervous system. Diet timing strategies can also help optimize this sleep-blood sugar connection. Eating your largest meal earlier in the day when your glucose tolerance is highest and having a lighter dinner several hours before bed can dramatically improve both your sleep quality and your morning blood sugar readings. It's like working with your body's natural rhythms instead of against them. Room environment is more important than most people realize. Your bedroom temperature, darkness level, and even air qualities can all impact sleep quality, which in turn affects blood sugar control. The ideal sleep environment for optimal glucose regulation is cool, dark, and well ventilated. Think of it as creating a cave-like environment that signals to your ancient biological systems that it's time to rest and repair. Stress management becomes even more critical when you understand this sleep-blood sugar connection. Chronic stress disrupts both sleep patterns and glucose regulation, creating a triple threat to your metabolic health. Learning to manage stress through techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or gentle yoga before bed can help break this cycle. The relationship between sleep duration and blood sugar control follows what researchers call a U-shaped curve. Both too little sleep and too much sleep are associated with poor glucose control. The sweet spot seems to be between 7 and 8 hours for most people, though individual needs can vary. It's about finding your personal optimal sleep duration that leaves you feeling refreshed and helps maintain stable blood sugar levels. Consistency is absolutely crucial when it comes to optimizing this connection. Your circadian rhythm thrives on predictability, so going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps stabilize both your sleep patterns and your glucose metabolism. Think of it as training your internal biological clock to work in your favor. Sleep quality is just as important as sleep quantity in this equation. You could spend 9 hours in bed, but if you're tossing and turning all night, you're not getting the deep, restorative sleep that helps regulate blood sugar. Factors like comfortable bedding, noise control, and addressing any underlying sleep disorders become critical for optimizing this connection. The implications of understanding this sleep-blood sugar link extend far beyond just managing diabetes. It changes how we think about metabolic health in general and highlights the interconnected nature of our biological systems. Your sleep habits aren't just affecting how rested you feel the next day. They're literally programming your metabolic function. Looking ahead, researchers are developing new approaches to diabetes management that specifically target sleep optimization. Sleep studies are becoming more common in diabetes care, and some forward-thinking doctors are prescribing sleep hygiene interventions alongside traditional medications and dietary changes. For anyone dealing with blood sugar issues, whether prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or just metabolic concerns, paying attention to your sleep patterns could be the game changer you've been looking for. It's not about perfection. It's about understanding that your sleep and your blood sugar are dancing together, and when you improve one, you often improve the other. This connection between sleep patterns and blood sugar control represents a fundamental shift in how we approach metabolic health. Instead of treating sleep and glucose regulation as separate issues, we're beginning to understand them as parts of an integrated system that works best when all components are aligned and supported. The most exciting part about this research is that it gives us another powerful tool for managing blood sugar that doesn't require medication or dramatic lifestyle overhauls. Sometimes the most profound changes come from optimizing the basics, and sleep is about as basic and fundamental as it gets for human health and well-being.